Sigma males are often seen as the lone wolves of the social hierarchy, self-reliant, independent thinkers who thrive outside conventional norms. While they possess unique traits that make them intriguing and desirable, there are certain behaviors that can easily repel them. Unlike traditional alpha males who might relish in social interactions, Sigma males value their autonomy and seek relationships that respect their need for space. When someone displays clinginess, attempts to control their actions, or engages in constant drama, it can feel suffocating to a Sigma male, leading him to walk away without hesitation. Furthermore, those who fail to understand or appreciate their introspective nature may find themselves alienated, as Sigma males prioritize authenticity and depth in their connections. Traits like excessive neediness, superficiality, or a lack of ambition are not just turn-offs. They can signal a fundamental incompatibility with the Sigma mindset. Ultimately, if you're hoping to attract a Sigma male, it's crucial to recognize and avoid these behaviors that can undermine the very essence of who they are, ensuring that the relationship remains healthy and mutually respectful. Are you feeling like just a roommate in your own home? At the Dominance Academy, they help men boost passion, reclaim respect, and restore their power in relationships. Step into your strength and transform your intimate life. Join the Dominance Academy, where Sigma men rediscover leadership and connection. Go to the link in the description. Number 1. Talking too much without saying anything meaningful can be exhausting for anyone, especially for Sigma males. These individuals often encounter people who seem to have an unending reservoir of words but very little substance. Conversations with them can feel like a barrage of meaningless chatter that fills the air without ever truly connecting. They tend to dominate discussions, offering repetitive anecdotes or elaborating on mundane details, mistaking quantity for quality. For Sigma males who value precision and meaning in communication, this kind of dialogue can be like listening to static, no real melody, just noise. While some small talk is inevitable in social situations, those who can't appreciate the beauty of silence or the power of concise communication become particularly grating. They might talk about their day in minute detail or recycle the same old stories, creating a sense of frustration in those around them. As Sigma males prioritize substance over superficiality, they often find themselves mentally withdrawing from these interactions, yearning for discussions that offer deeper insights and genuine exchange of ideas. Ultimately, when faced with someone who turns conversation into a one-sided performance, Sigma males will quietly distance themselves, seeking more meaningful connections elsewhere. Number 2. Excessive self-promotion is a surefire way to drive Sigma males away. While confidence can be attractive, there's a distinct difference between healthy self-assurance and incessant bragging. Those who transform every conversation into a platform to showcase their achievements risk alienating others. Sigma males tend to observe and evaluate rather than seeking to elevate their own status, making them particularly sensitive to this behavior. When someone feels the need to steer discussions back to their accomplishments or perpetually name drop, it not only shifts the energy of the conversation but raises questions about authenticity. Constant updates on social media that reflect humble brags or relentless reminders of one's position serve only to reinforce this perception. For Sigma males, true value is demonstrated through actions and results, not through grand declarations. They prefer to learn about someone's capabilities through their work and experiences rather than through repetitive self-aggrandizement. Ultimately, the incessant need for validation can be perceived as insecurity, causing Sigma males to retreat from those who seem more focused on impressing others than fostering genuine connections. Number 3. Acting dumb to get people's attention is a tactic that often backfires, especially with Sigma males. It's not uncommon to see otherwise intelligent individuals suddenly feigning ignorance when they find themselves in the presence of someone they want to impress. This behavior, where one pretends to struggle with simple concepts or exhibits exaggerated confusion, can come off as desperate and childish. Sigma males find it difficult to respect those who resort to such theatrics for validation, as it undermines authenticity and sincerity. Whether it's at the gym, where someone pretends not to know how to operate basic equipment, or in social settings where they deliberately misinterpret straightforward jokes, this performance can be cringe-inducing. Over time, this act can become habitual, leading individuals to rely on a facade rather than genuinely engaging with others. Sigma males prefer honesty and integrity, so when they encounter someone consistently playing the role of the clueless individual, they are likely to distance themselves. Ultimately, this kind of behavior hinders the possibility of forming genuine connections, as it prioritizes superficial attention over meaningful interactions. Number 4. Energy vampires can drain the enthusiasm from any room, and Sigma males are particularly averse to this chronic negativity. Everyone faces challenges, but some individuals habitually see the glass as half empty, transforming positive conversations into a litany of complaints. Their default response often revolves around negativity, creating an emotional burden that Sigma males find mentally exhausting. While they may initially try to offer support or solutions, the repetitive nature of this pessimism quickly reveals itself as a pattern. Such individuals often embody a victim mentality, positioning themselves as perpetual targets of bad luck or external circumstances, never taking personal responsibility for their plight. This refusal to accept accountability not only frustrates Sigma males but also raises red flags about deeper issues, such as a lack of initiative to improve one's circumstances. Additionally, some energy vampires derive satisfaction from pulling others into their dark worldview, seemingly thriving on collective misery. For Sigma males, who prefer to focus on solutions and constructive dialogue, these negative dynamics are simply not worth their time or emotional investment. When faced with this draining behavior, they will often create distance to preserve their own energy and maintain their positive outlook. Number 5. Talking over others to show how much you know is a common pitfall for those seeking validation in conversations, and it's particularly off-putting to Sigma males. There are individuals who leap into discussions, interrupting others mid-sentence to assert their supposed superiority and knowledge. These self-proclaimed experts dominate conversations, failing to genuinely listen or engage with different perspectives. Sigma males, who appreciate intelligent dialogue, quickly lose interest when discussions are derailed by someone's incessant need to prove themselves. It's ironic that those who feel compelled to showcase their intelligence often reveal more about their insecurities than their expertise. True knowledge doesn't require constant affirmation through interruptions. It flourishes in an environment where diverse voices can contribute. However, the know-it-alls tend to overlook the discomfort they create, missing cues like rolled eyes or disengaged body language from others. As these conversation monopolizers continue to assert their dominance, they inadvertently stifle the potential for genuine exchanges of ideas. For Sigma males who seek meaningful interactions, this incessant competition for intellectual superiority leads to withdrawal, as they prioritize conversations that allow for collaborative learning rather than one-sided displays of knowledge. Number 6. Small talk is a social necessity, but for some, it becomes an unbearable habit of pointless chatter. These individuals often dominate conversations with repetitive anecdotes or mundane observations, failing to appreciate the art of meaningful communication. Sigma males, who value depth and substance, find themselves increasingly irritated by those who feel compelled to fill every silence with empty words. They may recount their daily routines or share trivial gossip, creating a sense of frustration that builds over time. The inability to engage in comfortable silence or to allow for pauses in conversation can drain the energy of those around them. While light-hearted banter has its place, the relentless stream of inconsequential dialogue quickly becomes tiresome. Sigma males, who prefer to communicate thoughtfully, often find themselves mentally checking out when confronted with endless trivialities. In group settings, this tendency to monopolize conversations can lead to an imbalance where others feel sidelined. Ultimately, Sigma males seek connections that offer depth and insight, and when faced with incessant small talk, they will quietly step back, choosing to invest their energy in more enriching interactions. Number 7. Incessant negativity can feel like a cloud hanging over any social gathering, and Sigma males are particularly sensitive to this kind of energy. While everyone experiences rough patches, some individuals seem to thrive on a perpetual cycle of complaints and pessimism. This chronic negativity can turn conversations sour, draining the vibrancy from any discussion. Sigma males value practicality and solutions, so when someone consistently drags conversations into a dark realm of grievances, it feels like an emotional burden. Initially, they may attempt to offer a fresh perspective or potential solutions, but when it becomes clear that this negativity is a habitual response, their patience wanes. The victim mentality often accompanying this behavior serves as a red flag, indicating a reluctance to take responsibility for one's circumstances. Sigma males prefer engaging with individuals who seek to rise above challenges rather than dwell in them. Those who habitually pull others into their dismal worldview only serve to create distance, as Sigma males prioritize interactions that foster positivity and growth. In their quest for meaningful connections, they will likely seek out more uplifting energies that align with their own mindset. Number 8. Playing dumb for attention is a strategy that often elicits cringes rather than admiration, particularly from Sigma males. Observing an intelligent person suddenly adopt a persona of ignorance in social situations can be bewildering and off-putting. This behavior typically manifests as exaggerated confusion or feigned helplessness, especially in the presence of someone they wish to impress. Whether it's pretending not to understand basic concepts or misinterpreting simple jokes, this act appears desperate and juvenile. Sigma males value authenticity and genuine engagement, making it hard for them to respect those who resort to theatrics for attention. Over time, this performance can become a habitual tactic, leading individuals to prioritize superficial validation over genuine connection. In social settings, the pressure to maintain the facade falls on others, who are forced to step into roles of the knowledgeable or competent ones, creating an unbalanced dynamic. Sigma males tend to distance themselves from those who rely on this kind of attention-seeking behavior, as they prefer interactions rooted in sincerity. Ultimately, while acting clueless might garner short-lived attention, it rarely leads to lasting respect or meaningful relationships. Number 9. Excessive self-promotion can be a major turnoff, especially for Sigma males who value authenticity. In a world where confidence is often admired, there's a fine line between healthy self-assurance and relentless bragging. Individuals who habitually steer conversations back to their own achievements often miss the mark, alienating those around them. Sigma males tend to be observers, evaluating rather than seeking to elevate their status, making them particularly sensitive to constant self-aggrandizement. When someone feels the need to showcase their accomplishments at every opportunity, it can create a sense of disconnect. Social media becomes a platform for humble brags, further amplifying this disconnect. For Sigma males, true worth is demonstrated through actions, not proclamations. They prefer to uncover someone's capabilities through lived experiences and interactions, rather than through repetitive self-promotion. The constant need for validation reveals an underlying insecurity, which can be a major red flag. Ultimately, when faced with someone who prioritizes self-importance over genuine connections, Sigma males are likely to retreat, seeking more authentic relationships where value is quietly demonstrated rather than loudly proclaimed. Number 10. Talking over others to show how much you know can stifle meaningful interactions, especially for Sigma males who appreciate thoughtful dialogue. The tendency to interrupt and dominate conversations often reveals more about a person's insecurity than their intelligence. Those who leap in mid-sentence, armed with unsolicited corrections or anecdotes, are often unaware of the discomfort they create. Sigma males, who value knowledge and nuanced discussions, find such behavior incredibly frustrating. Instead of fostering an environment where diverse perspectives can flourish, these individuals monopolize conversations, drowning out quieter voices. Their eagerness to assert their expertise undermines the potential for collaborative learning and genuine exchange of ideas. As they continue to assert their dominance in discussions, they may miss subtle cues that indicate others are disengaging or rolling their eyes in annoyance. Sigma males tend to prioritize connections that allow for open-minded discussions and mutual respect. When confronted with the need to compete for airtime or engage in a battle of egos, they are likely to withdraw, opting instead for interactions that offer depth and insight without the unnecessary noise. Number 11. Chronic negativity can be particularly exhausting in social interactions, especially for Sigma males. While it's natural for everyone to experience difficult moments, some individuals seem to thrive on a perpetual state of discontent. These people have a knack for turning any conversation into a lamentation, dragging others down with their bleak outlook. Sigma males, who are inherently solution-oriented and prefer constructive discussions, find this habitual pessimism draining. They value optimism and the ability to see possibilities. So when faced with someone who constantly emphasizes the negative, it feels like a waste of time and energy. Initially, Sigma males may try to provide encouragement or alternative viewpoints, but as the negativity becomes a predictable pattern, their patience wanes. The victim mentality that often accompanies chronic negativity is another red flag, as it reflects a refusal to take responsibility for one's own circumstances. For Sigma males, who prefer engaging with those who strive to improve their situations, the relentless focus on what's wrong becomes increasingly unbearable. Ultimately, they will create distance from individuals who persistently drag conversations into the depths of despair, opting instead to surround themselves with those who uplift and inspire. Number 12. Talking too much without saying anything meaningful is a common social trap that many fall into, but for Sigma males, it's particularly grating. These individuals often find themselves in conversations with people who can ramble on for ages, yet contribute little of value. This incessant chatter often lacks depth and substance, filled with repetitive anecdotes and trivial observations that leave little room for genuine connection. Sigma males, who appreciate succinct and impactful communication, quickly lose interest in discussions that feel like a barrage of empty words. The inability to enjoy comfortable silences or to allow for pauses in conversation can be exhausting for everyone involved. Instead of fostering meaningful dialogue, those who indulge in meaningless chatter often create an atmosphere where the exchange of ideas is stifled. Sigma males prefer to engage in discussions that offer insight and provoke thought, rather than those that merely fill the air with noise. When confronted with someone who turns conversation into a one-sided monologue, they will typically step back, seeking out more enriching interactions where their time and energy are valued. Number 13. Excessive self-promotion can quickly become a significant turn-off for Sigma males. While a certain level of confidence is commendable, the relentless need to showcase one's achievements can be off-putting. Those who continually steer conversations back to their own successes often find themselves alienating others, as Sigma males prioritize authenticity and substance over superficial displays. Instead of engaging in meaningful exchanges, these individuals may turn social gatherings into platforms for boasting, leaving little room for genuine connection. Sigma males value the demonstration of true capabilities through actions rather than grand declarations. When someone feels the need to incessantly remind others of their accomplishments, it raises suspicions about their underlying insecurities. Their social media profiles often resemble a highlight reel of humble brags, which only serves to reinforce the perception of inauthenticity. Ultimately, Sigma males are drawn to individuals who let their work speak for itself, preferring to engage with those who value meaningful relationships over the constant quest for validation. When faced with excessive self-promoters, they are likely to withdraw, seeking more authentic connections that reflect genuine merit. Number 14. Energy vampires can severely impact the dynamics of any social interaction, especially for Sigma males who prefer to engage in positive, solution-focused dialogues. While everyone encounters challenges, some individuals seem to perpetually dwell in a negative mindset, dragging conversations into a dark realm of complaints and grievances. This kind of chronic negativity can be mentally draining, making it hard for others to maintain their enthusiasm and positivity. Sigma males who thrive on constructive engagement and practical solutions quickly become disillusioned by those who habitually focus on what's wrong rather than exploring potential solutions. Initially, they may attempt to offer support or new perspectives, but as the negativity reveals itself as a recurring theme, they become increasingly distant. The accompanying victim mentality often signals a refusal to take responsibility for one's situation, further alienating Sigma males who value accountability. When faced with individuals committed to their unhappiness, they tend to withdraw, prioritizing their energy for interactions that inspire growth and optimism. Ultimately, Sigma males seek relationships that foster upliftment and resilience, steering clear of those who perpetually drain their emotional reserves. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the Join button under this video.